Hello and welcome to Aberdeen, South Dakota. It is Championship Saturday as the Viborg-Hurley Cougars look to add a state championship to their resume. After tonight, it will not be easy though, as they have to take on the Castlewood Warriors, the number one team in the state as far as rankings are concerned. Of course, on the South Dakota Media Prep Poll, we've talked about how Viborg-Hurley is number one. This should be a close game, and it's going to come down to the wire. We've got two great teams taking to the floor moments away. On the floor right now, they just wrapped up the third place game in which the St. Mary's Cardinals defeated the Wessington Springs Spartans. And St. Mary's got third. Wessington Springs will be fourth. And now we wait for the crowning of a champion later tonight. I'm Zach Spear alongside Gage Ravellette in the Barnett Center at Northern State University of Aberdeen, South Dakota. I'd like to take a moment real quick to thank a few people. They include South Dakota Public Broadcasting for allowing us to be here and broadcast these games. For complete coverage, updated scores, and photos of the high school basketball championships, visit sdpb.org/basketball. All the games will be broadcast live on SDPB television. For updated content, check out SDPB Sports on social media. The second group of people I would like to thank would be our sponsors here, who have sponsored Viborg-Hurley in their postseason play. Those sponsors include Wardlaw, Yankton Thrive, Merchant State Bank, Helena Ag Enterprises, Dakota Ace Hardware, Ackerman Heating and Cooling, Farmers Lumber Company, Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty, and Hometown Grocery. Again, the number one seeded Castlewood Warriors against the number three seeded Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Both teams coming to this one with a record of 23-2. Their combined record, 46-4. One team will come away with their 24th win on the season. One will unfortunately fall for the third time on the year and not take home the state title. Again, I'm Zach Spear alongside Gage Ravellette on Classic Hits 106.3. Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube, where you can watch and listen live, as well as kvht.com. Gage, we have a great game coming up ahead of us tonight, as they have the medals they're handing out here for third and fourth place. But later tonight, it's going to be for first and second. What are some thoughts on this matchup?
You know, one thing I'm excited about this matchup is really just, in my opinion, the two star players going at it. They both play the five for both of their teams. That's number 34, Nick Hansen, all-state basketball player, alongside what I assume another all-state basketball player, number 33, Byron Lowy. The two going at it, I think Lowy has the size on Hansen, but Hansen, we've seen him all tournament. We know what he can do throughout the whole season. This is going to be a barn burner. You just have to see what the rest of the Castlewood cast can do, because we know the Viborg-Hurley crew has a bunch of players that can step up and do their thing. We got to see what the rest of the Castlewood cast can do to help Lowy propel their team on top.
And to look at their run through the state tournament, Castlewood Warriors as the 1 seed, they were given what's supposed to be the easiest path. They took on the 8th seed and the 4th seed. They defeated Lyman in the first round in the quarterfinals with a score of 64-38. And then in the semifinals, another big win over the 4 seed Wessington Springs, who we saw just got 4th place here tonight. 64-45, that score. Then for the Viborg-Hurley Cougars as the 3 seed, a little bit tougher of a stretch for them. In the quarterfinals, they defeated Freeman 72-44, a 28-point win. And then in a much closer one against the number 2 seeded St. Mary's Cardinals in the semifinals. Again, though, the Cougars ended up winning with a score of 56-49. Both teams have handled business all season long, and through the playoffs, it comes down to this. One game left to determine who is the state champion of boys Class B basketball in the state of South Dakota. Again, we should be in for a great one here tonight. Tip-off was set for 7:45. And we're probably going to be Little late on that as the warm-ups have not officially started. Still 15 minutes on with 7:36 on the clock right now. We'll be live here on Classic Hits 106.3, Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube and kvht.com all night until the end of this whole tournament. You know, it's been a really great time. It's been a lot of fun here in Aberdeen, watching some great basketball, playoff atmosphere, just always a little extra. As we do see some of the crowd shifting, but it is tightly packed in here tonight as we are sure to get some noise from the crowd. Viborg-Hurley takes on Castlewood. We'll take a short break. We'll be back in just a moment here in Aberdeen.
The Viborg-Hurley Cougars are guilty of not only being great athletes, but great young adults growing into a great asset for the community. That's why Gary Ward of the Ward Law Office is proud to support the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Young Viborg-Hurley students are the future of our community, and the future is bright. So from Ward Law Office in Viborg, good luck to Viborg-Hurley Cougar student athletes in the game and in life. Go Cougars!
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Pick or place your property with Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty. With licenses in Iowa and South Dakota, Janelle Pearson is the perfect choice to buy or sell your home. Rest assured, as you see the knowledge, hard work, passion, and care that goes into taking care of you. Give Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty a call today at 712-552-7102 to take care of all your home needs. Janelle Pearson is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
At Merchant State Bank, with locations in Freeman, Hurley, Viborg, and Irene, they offer big bank products with a small-town service to meet your financial needs and promote economic stability and growth within the communities they call home. Visit them online at msvsd.com to learn more about the services they offer. Merchant State Bank is a proud sponsor of the athletic and academic activities in the communities they serve, hoping this season is a memorable one. From Merchant State Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Helena Agra Enterprises is one of the foremost agronomic solution providers in the U.S. with over 500 branch locations. Helena markets and sells inputs that improve agricultural productivity for greater customer returns. Helena's theme of people, products, knowledge reinforces the company's commitment to helping customers succeed through the knowledgeable and dedicated people, useful and unique products, and the latest proven technologies. Helena is a proud sponsor of the Viborg-Hurley Cougars.
Back on the floor here at the Barnett Center as the teams now on the floor. Castlewood Warriors against the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. The number 1 and number 3 seeds in Class B go at it here tonight, where we'll have a champion by the time we're through. Let's take a look at the entire state of South Dakota, what's going on in each bracket. We'll start with Class B in the quarterfinals. Castlewood defeated Lyman, the 1/8 seed, 64-38. Wessington Springs, as the 4 seed, defeated Wall, the 5 seed, 74-52. Del Rapids St. Mary, as the 2 seed, defeated Aberdeen Christian, 66-45. And as we saw, Viborg-Hurley Freeman, what a fast-paced game that was. Viborg-Hurley won that one 72-44. In the consolation bracket side on the second day, number 5 seeded, Wall against number 8 seeded Lyman, I can't get that straight. They've got the numbers reversed on the bracket I'm looking at. It's throwing me off. The number 5 ranked Wall against the number 8 seeded Lyman. Wall won 59-55. And then we saw Freeman as the 6th seed defeating Aberdeen Christian 52-44. Consolation championship was against Wall and Freeman, with Wall winning over Freeman 79-67. In the 7th place game, Aberdeen Christian defeated Lyman 64-46. Then to the winner's side of the bracket, in the semifinals last night, Number 1 seeded Castlewood over Wessington Springs 64-45. And number 2 seeded Del Rapids St. Mary fell to number 3 seeded Viborg-Hurley 49-56. In the third place game where we just saw come to a close, number 2 ranked Del Rapids St. Mary defeated Wessington Springs 71-54. And now one final game in the Class B state tournament. Over to Class A, boys. In the quarterfinals, number 1 seeded Sioux Falls Christian defeated Groton Area 66-41. Number 5 seeded Lennox defeated number 4 seeded West Central 51-43. Hamlin defeated Hill City 82-43, a big win with Hamlin, the number 2 seed, Hill City 7th. And Rapid City Christian took care of business in the quarterfinals over Clark Willow Lake 76-53. On the consolation side of that bracket, number 4 seeded West Central over number 8 seeded Groton Area. West Central won 59-40. And then in a tight one, number 7 seeded Hill City defeats Clark Willow Lake 68-63. In the 7th place game, Groton Area won it over Clark Willow Lake with a final score of 64-52. And in the consolation championship game for Class A, West Central defeated Hill City 69-54. In the semifinals, number 1 seeded Sioux Falls Christian again taking care of business. Might be arguably the best team in the entire state of South Dakota. They won over Lennox 71-51. And then number 2 seeded Hamlin defeated Rapid City Christian 57-42. In the third place game right now, it's under 1 minute left in the fourth quarter. Rapid City Christian on top of Lennox 57-55, a one possession game with a minute remaining. And then later tonight, Sioux Falls Christian will take on Hamlin for the Class A state championship. And finally, in the Class AA tournament, number 1 seeded Sioux Falls Lincoln over number 8 Spearfish 55-33, your final score. Sioux Falls Lincoln won. Then Mitchell defeated Huron, the 4 seed over the 5, 50-41. Number 2 seeded Brandon Valley defeated Sioux Falls Jefferson, the 7th seed, 55-41. And then Harrisburg defeated O'Gorman in a tight one, 48-45. On the consolation side of the bracket, then Huron took on Spearfish. Huron defeated Spearfish 49-35. O'Gorman took on Sioux Falls Jefferson, and Sioux Falls Jefferson pulled off the upset, winning 68-65. In the 7th place game in AA, Spearfish defeated O'Gorman. Your final score, 61-55. And in the consolation championship, Huron fell just shy and lost to Sioux Falls Jefferson, 61-60. Then to the semifinals on the winner's side of the bracket for AA. Number 1 ranked Sioux Falls Lincoln in a shocker, lost to number 4 seeded Mitchell, 51-55 your final score. Sioux Falls Lincoln with 2 losses on the year, both coming against the Mitchell Colonels, once in the regular season and once in the state semifinals. And then Brandon Valley took care of business over Harrisburg in a low-scoring game. Brandon Valley won 46-31, the number 2 seed, heading to the state championship game. And at the end of the first half right now in the third place game, Sioux Falls Lincoln on top of Harrisburg 36-28. Mitchell and Brandon Valley is set to tip off at 8:45 tonight. So that one going to be a little while before we have a AA champion. It'll either be the Mitchell Colonels or the Brandon Valley Lynx. That's a look around the state and what's been going on in these state tournaments. And of course, this game is the important one. That's why we're here. Viborg-Hurley Cougars looking for a state championship after getting to the state tournament, I should say, last year, and falling short, unable to make it to the championship game. I'll look at this one as the Castlewood Warriors score just shy of 60 points per game. Couldn't be much closer. 59.8 points per game they score, and if you added in their 2 scores in the state tournament, I'm sure it would even out to at least 60. They give up just shy of 42 points per game. It's 41.5. And really how they do that is they out-rebound their opponents. They average 10 more rebounds per game. They shoot a high percentage. They shoot 46%. Their opponents only at 31%. And kind of an anomaly for Castlewood being this good, they have way less assists than their opponents have. 318 assists on the season for the Castlewood Warriors compared to their opponents with 502. And that's all while Castlewood scores 18.5 more points per game. Then on the flip side for the Viborg-Hurley Cougars, here we only have the stats for their team, not their opponents, but they scored just shy of 63 points per game. And in their 2 games here, they've scored 72 and 56, averaging 64 points per game in the state tournament. That would bump them awfully close to 63 points per game scored overall. They average about 30 rebounds per game, so just 1.5 short of what we see on the other side for Castlewood. They shoot just above 50%, 271 assists, 218 steals. Those steals a big key point for the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Earlier, we've already seen them in a couple games here in the state tournament. They've done a lot of things well. Gage, a look inside of the numbers. Who are some names we're going to have to watch out for and some numbers that stick out to you?
You know, I've already talked about Nick Hansen and Byron Lowy, but looking at this Cougars team, they have just such a good supporting cast. Brady Schroedermeyer averages about 11 points a game coming into the state tournament, but also Owen Needlebaumer, he only averages 9 points a game coming into the tournament. But, you know, after the last 2 games, I can't imagine that it's not more than that. We've seen him play at an even higher level than he has this season. And, you know, them 2 around Nick Hansen, just wonderful a supporting cast. One last guy on this Viborg-Hurley team is Braden Morrison. He comes off the bench, and he kind of is just that one shooter on the team that he doesn't start, but he just comes off the bench, makes a couple shots, goes back, sits back down, and calls it a day. But he really can be that guy for the Cougars to get things going, get things rolling. You know, yesterday, the Cougars kind of started out slow. There wasn't very many points scored in that St. Mary's Viborg-Hurley game early on, but then Braden Morrison came in, made a few threes, went back to the bench, sat down, had himself a day, and the team picked it up and continued their dominant pace.
Absolutely, Braden Morrison was the X factor in that game. He can be an absolute flamethrower beyond the arc as he shoots over 40% from the perimeter on the season. To do that for a whole season while shooting high-volume three-pointers, it's an impressive stat, and Braden Morrison certainly a good player here for this Viborg-Hurley team. And I do want to mention, only a junior, so they should be expecting him to come back next year. They've got a couple of other juniors who contribute a lot, and those juniors include Brenner Gertis, Jake Austin, Nolan Koltoff, and Brady Schroedermeyer. But of course, their duo really made up a big 2 of Owen Niederbaumer and Nick Hansen, who are both seniors this year, 6'6" and 6'7". A lot of height and length from those two, and they put together nearly 30 points per game and 15 rebounds per game if you combine their stats. And as you mentioned, Owen Niederbaumer is one we've seen really step up here in the state tournament. We saw it in the regional play as well, as Niederbaumer really looked like he could possibly be an all-state level player as well. Nick Hansen, we know, has that honor of being a returning all-stater from last year. We'll see when season wraps up. But again, Rafe Gedderts, you know, his stats might not always show the biggest numbers, but he's an important part here for the Cougars. Gage, a look now at some of the numbers for Castlewood that stick out to you.
No, once again, I already talked about Byron Lowy, but looking at their stats on this paper, they got tons of shooters on this team. You know, another guy they go to a lot is Brody Bass, number 4. He averages 11.5 points a game, shoots 46% beyond the arc while shooting 56 from the field. Another guy I'd like to point out is number 22, Jamison Kessler. Has 15 points per game and also shoots over 50% from beyond the arc. So whether they're feeding it to the big man down low, the 6'9" big man down low, who I wouldn't put it past being 6'9", 220 on the court. They also have 2 excellent shooters on the wings at the top of the key, anywhere on the court, to just dump one outlet pass off, and you know that's going to go in most of the time.
I expect to see a lot of in-and-out type of play for them. They're either going to score it about a foot from the basket or 20 feet away from it. As you mentioned, over 50% from the 3. We were talking about Braden Morrison, over 40% being so impressive. But to shoot and make over half of your threes this season, he actually shoots better beyond the arc than he does regular shooting percentage, which does also include your three-point percentage, your regular field goal percentage. Just overall very impressive there. Kessler, a name to watch out for. As you mentioned, we should be in for an absolutely great game here tonight. We'll take one final break as the warm-ups start to close down. We'll take a break, listen to our sponsors, and a big thank you to them, as we wouldn't be able to cover these games without them, and be back in a moment on Classic Hits 106.3, Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube, and KVHT.com.
Good luck, Viborg-Hurley Cougars. From Dakota Ace Hardware Viborg. Cheering you on, Dakota Ace Hardware Viborg has been supporting the communities of Viborg-Hurley, Parker, Irene Wakanda, and Centerville since 1994 and offers everything from paint to plumbing and electrical and lawn and garden. Good luck to the Cougars from your locally owned Dakota Ace Hardware in Viborg. Go Cougars!
Trust Ackerman Heating and Air Conditioning in Viborg for all your HVAC needs. Ackerman Heating and Air Conditioning features Coleman Heating and Cooling Units. The Coleman name is a trusted icon in America, known for the rugged dependability and tremendous value. Coleman products stand the test of time. So if you need HVAC work, let the professionals at Ackerman Heating and Air Conditioning handle the task from start to finish. Give them a call for whatever the South Dakota weather throws your way.
Building a team takes the right mix of quality materials and expertise. You can find the lumber and materials for your next project at Farmers Lumber Company in Viborg. Farmers Lumber Company knows that both area teams are built strong and are sure to be successful in tonight's game and beyond. So if you need lumber or hardware for your spring project, make sure to stop by Farmers Lumber Company in Viborg. From Farmers Lumber Company, good luck to both teams.
Get your grocery list and head to Hometown Grocery on Main Street in Viborg. Warm up with hot deals at Hometown Grocery, home of super savings, putting more purchase power into your food dollars. So pile up the pantry, load up the shelves. With hundreds of new items, you'll find everything on your grocery list if you can find room in your freezer. Visit Hometown Grocery on Facebook and check out the latest ad to save even more. Hometown Grocery is a proud sponsor of the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Good luck, Cougars.
Buzzer sounds. That means we are moments away from the state championship game. The number 1 seed and the number 3 seed. The Viborg-Hurley Cougars come in as the 3 seed, but by no means should you consider them an underdog here to the Castlewood Warriors, who come in at the number 1 seed. On the South Dakota Media Prep poll, after the season came to a close, Viborg-Hurley was the number 1 spot. Number 2, Castlewood. You know these are probably the 2 best, most deserving teams in Class B to make it to the state championship game, and this is what you hope for. You hope for the best possible teams, as I do believe that's exactly what we have here tonight. The crowd has filled in. I wouldn't be shocked if all of, or at least 90+% of Castlewood, Viborg, and Hurley population is here in the Barnett Center tonight. It wouldn't shock me one bit. We'll start with the starting lineups for the Castlewood Warriors. The number 1 seed, 23 to their record, coached by Paul Rosh. Number 0, sophomore at 6'3", it's Camden Kessler. 6'5", junior, number 4, it's Brody Bass. Senior, 6 feet tall, 22, it's Jamison Kessler. 6'5", senior, 23, Luke Bomberger. And the 6'9", senior, big man down low, it's number 33, Brian Lowy. Starting lineup for the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. They'll keep it the same here as it's worked well for them in the tournament so far. Junior guard, 6 points per game, number 3, Jake Austin. A junior guard with 11 points per game, 3.5 assists per game, number 23, Brady Schroedermeyer. Senior forward, 6'6", 9.5 points per game, number 32, Owen Niederbaumer. Coming off a big performance last night, senior forward, 19.5 points per game, number 34, it's Nick Hansen. And the final senior in the lineup for the Cougars, 2 points per game and 2 rebounds per game, number 55, it's Rafe Gedderts. The Cougars, the number 3 seed, 23-2 their record as well, coached by Shane Warwick. Castlewood, as the number 1 seed, will wear their all-white jersey and shorts here. And the Viborg-Hurley Cougars wearing black jersey and shorts, trimmed out in orange and white, while Castlewood jersey and shorts trimmed out in blue. The student sections on each side making some noise here. Tip-off just moments away. 32 minutes for each side to prove why they are the state champion. Nick Hansen will be alongside Brian Lowy, jumping in the center circle. You know, not frequently, but Nick Hansen does not have the height advantage in this one. It goes to Lowy. Lowy at 6'9", Hansen at 6'7". Ball put up in the air, but it's won by Nick Hansen. The Viborg-Hurley Cougars will start with the basketball, moving it left to right in all black. They look to get the first score here in the state championship game. Every point crucial in this play. Driving to the rack, Brady Schroedermeyer is shot denied by Lowy. Lowy, the big man, already making an impact, swatting Schroedermeyer's layup attempt away. Now for the first time on offense, the Castlewood Warriors. They move it right to left as you watch it live. Lowy down low, gets the feed, can't get the bucket. Fight for the rebound, ends up with Nick Hansen. Lowy had a great look on that one, just couldn't get it to fall. So in 40 seconds of play, no score, Viborg-Hurley back in possession. Hansen at the elbow finds Schroedermeyer beyond the perimeter. Now Nick Hansen. Niederbaumer has it at the logo. Glued on him is Luke Bomberger, making things very uncomfortable. Schroedermeyer has it. And gets it right back after he passed it off. Nick Hansen will line up a three. No good. Castlewood pulls it in, still no score. 10 seconds have gone by without a score. Brody Bass has it for the Warriors, tries getting it down low. Lowy wanting to work in the post, bounce pass intercepted. Brady Schroedermeyer the steal. Great defense early is kind of what we've seen out of each game we've covered. They have mostly started slow and pick up later in the game. Jake Austin with the basketball. He'll give it up to Rafe Gedderts, right back to Austin. Pump fakes the triple into the elbow. Out to Gedderts, who will take the three. Off the backboard it goes.
Yeah, Zach, you just need that one guy to break the ice. Who is it going to be?
That is the question. Neither team has scored as we're about 2 minutes into the first quarter. 0-0 on the board. Brody Bass has it. Lowy, big man downtown, sinks it. Not what we expected the first score to be. A 6'9" center with a three-pointer at the top of the key, but it's how we start. 3-0 Castlewood leads. 5:45 to play in the first quarter. Nick Hansen down low, missed the shot, got his own rebound, spins it around and in. His second attempt is good as Nick Hansen, as you mentioned, you got to break the ice. Now the scoring should start. Jamison Kessler with it. The senior will bounce pass it into Lowy. Lowy again wanting to work the post. Swings it out. Three-pointer. Bomberger, no good. Each team has scored once. A 3 for Castlewood, and down low a 2 for Viborg-Hurley.
You know, Zach, even as a big man, Lowy still shoots 36% beyond the arc. Quite impressive if you ask me.
That it is, and Jake Austin misses the mid-range jumper from the elbow. 3 minutes in, 5 total points, a 1-point advantage favoring Castlewood. Jamison Kessler with the screen, moves into the lane, bumps it out, gets it right back. Fires it, cross court, corner three, money! Luke Bomberger knocks it in. 2 threes already made by Castlewood. Viborg-Hurley trails 4. This is the largest lead of the night in a young game as Schroedermeyer swings it out, but he was fouled before the pass. As we're near the halfway point of a media timeout, won't be shocked if we get a media timeout. Castlewood with their first team foul and first personal against Jamison Kessler. The Warriors lead 6-2 over the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. When we return, we've got the rest of the first quarter in a moment.
The Viborg-Hurley Cougars are guilty of not only being great athletes, but great young adults growing into a great asset for the community. That's why Gary Ward of the Ward Law Office is proud to support the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Young Viborg-Hurley students are the future of our community, and the future is bright. So from Ward Law Office in Viborg, good luck to Viborg-Hurley Cougar student athletes in the game and in life. Go Cougars! First quarter, 4:29 to play. Castlewood Warriors on top, 6-2 over the Cougars.
Viborg-Hurley with the basketball. Again, I think Castlewood, Viborg, and Hurley, 90% or more of the population feels like they're here in Aberdeen, South Dakota tonight. Who will raise the championship trophy at the end of the night? Will it be the Cougars or the Warriors? Lots of game time to decide as the inbound bounces off the hand of Nick Hansen, goes out of bounds. A turnover by the Cougars. Braden Morrison on the inbound. He checked in here for his squad along with Nolan Koltoff. So Castlewood with the basketball. They'll bring it down the floor. Camden Kessler finds his guy Brody Bass at the free throw line. Now Jamison Kessler with it, moves it into the lane, tries swinging it out. His pass was deflected back into his hands, and then losing it was Lowy. Up ahead, Viborg-Hurley wants to push it. Koltoff couldn't catch it. Goes out of bounds, last touch by the Cougars. I think Koltoff was pleading his case that he was pushed. I think the right call, just nothing. It was too far up ahead, was not going to catch it. Camden Kessler here, now into the corner three. Brody Bass, no good. That would have been the third three already for Castlewood. Fight for the rebound, knocked out of bounds by Castlewood.
3 baskets in 4 minutes, Zach, not something I would really expect.
Well, with this state tournament, you never know what to expect. You could have two teams who average 100 points per game putting up 25.
I guess you just play your competition, huh?
Niederbaumer swings it out here for Nick Hansen. A 4-point difference between the two teams. Braden Morrison, his pass deflected. Luckily ends up in the hands of Koltoff. Koltoff wants to set up offense here for Viborg-Hurley. Morrison swings at Niederbaumer. 10 to shoot for the Cougars. Niederbaumer, his pass deflected. Koltoff again saving it. It bounces around now to the Warriors. Warriors on a fast break. The layup is scored. Camden Kessler puts it in, and Castlewood extends their lead to 6. 8-2 the score, 3:08 to play in the first quarter. Schronermeyer to Nick Hansen, spins it around, nearly lost the basketball. Swings it out to Morrison, right back to Hansen. Hansen in the lane, spins around, jumps up with it, left it short. Lowy the rebound, and right now, Gage, it seems like Castlewood, the momentum in their crowd's getting loud.
Yeah, it's been all Castlewood so far. Only one basket from the Cougars in 5 minutes. You got to find some kind of spark.
Jamison Kessler drives to the rack, scores it over the top of the behemoths of Nick Hansen and Niederbaumer. 10-2 now the score. An 8-point lead for Castlewood. No good on the shot, Niederbaumer. Warriors a chance to just keep extending this lead. They could have a double-digit lead here in the first quarter. Just over 2 to play. Losing the basketball there, it's stripped away. Jamison Kessler had it, Schronermeyer ended up with it. Now Nick Hansen nearly losing it. Whistle blows. They're going to say out of bounds. Touching it was Castlewood. A player just kind of laying on the ground, got a hand on it. We'll keep the ball with Viborg-Hurley as Jake Austin checks back in for the Cougars. Morrison inbound here. Bounce pass gets in, Nolan Koltoff. Koltoff to Niederbaumer, now down low. Nick Hansen fades it. Put too much on it. Lowy has really disrupted his game on the post. We'll see if that continues throughout the game. The Cougars are going to need to settle down on offense and try and get the scoring started, as they have 2 throughout our first over 6 minutes of play. Lowy will kick it out. Luke Baumberger with it now into the corner. Back up top it goes, Camden Kessler. Jamison Kessler thought about the step back three, decided against it. 10 to shoot here for Castlewood. A good defensive set so far from Viborg-Hurley. With it, Jamison Kessler goes out of bounds. Last touch by Viborg-Hurley. Jake Austin got a hand on it. 4 seconds to shoot here for Castlewood. They'll have to come up with something quick. They get it in Lowy. Lowy catches it awkwardly as he will get the shot off on time, but nowhere near going in, as he was a good 5 feet beyond the arc. Didn't even see the shot clock. Just chucked it up, and a turnover, a shot clock violation as he missed the rim. 75 seconds to play in the first quarter. Koltoff to Morrison. Morrison launches a three off to the right side. Viborg-Hurley just needs to peel that lid off the basket right now. Castlewood with it. We hit the minute mark. 10-2 they lead. Down low. Lowy swings it. Going up for a dunk and somehow slipping in Luke Bomberger. He went up for the dunk. It slipped up out of his hands and still went through. That's a happy accident if I've ever seen one.
Almost the first cool replay in this game, but can't be mad with points.
12-2 the score. Castlewood leads by 10. Morrison launches a three again. Off the back iron it goes. Offensive rebound. Niederbaumer can't get the end one, but he's headed to the free throw line. That'll be team foul number 2 on Castlewood. There's none on Viborg-Hurley to mention. And the foul goes against Camden Kessler, his first personal. We only have 2 fouls so far in the first quarter. And really, it's been a clean played game. 29.4 seconds to play. Owen Niederbaumer at the free throw line for Viborg-Hurley. He misses the first. Viborg-Hurley remains at 2 points. Second opportunity here. That one does fall in. So Viborg-Hurley finally gets past that 2-point mark. Up to 3 off of the free throw from Niederbaumer as Brenner Gerdes checks in now for the Cougars in place of Owen Niederbaumer. Inbound gets in. Jamison Kessler here for Castlewood. 25 seconds in the first quarter to play. No shot clock. Warriors can take the final shot. Jamison Kessler with it. Nears it to the logo. Schroedermeyer had a hand on it. Couldn't pull off the steal. Lowy at the elbow, tries getting rid of it, instead goes up for a layup, scores it. 1 second to shoot here as nothing gets off here for Viborg-Hurley. 14-3 your score. It has been all Castlewood in the Class B state championship. We'll take a break, and when we return, the second quarter coming right up.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality healthcare, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Pick or place your property with Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty. With licenses in Iowa and South Dakota, Janelle Pearson is the perfect choice to buy or sell your home. Rest assured, as you see the knowledge, hard work, passion, and care that goes into taking care of you. Give Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty a call today at 712-552-7102 to take care of all your home needs. Janelle Pearson is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast. 8 minutes to play in the first half. We're 8 minutes in, 14-3 Castlewood. The Warriors on top of the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Cougars with a rough start in this one. They'd love to turn it around and get some scoring. 3 points. I'd love to see their lowest scoring quarter all year. This just might have been it in the state championship game. Camden Kessler has it now, gets it out to Jamison Kessler, setting up the offense for Castlewood. They've got an 11-point lead, and they started the second quarter with the ball. Into the corner they go, now down low. Lowy has the and one. Brian Lowy, the senior, is going off. 7 points already for him. On the defensive side, he is getting a hand in the face of anyone who enters the paint. Knocked down a triple. What a game so far from Lowy as the free throw does fall. Brady Schroedermeyer picks up his first personal, first team foul on Viborg-Hurley across the entire first half. 7:33 to play in the second quarter. 17-3, Castlewood leads Viborg-Hurley. Nick Hansen with it, right back out to Schroedermeyer. They need to start chipping away at this lead. Down low they move it. Nick Hansen, he wants to work in the post. He's bothered, has it stripped away. Castlewood the steal. Brody Bass swings it up ahead. With the layup here, it's good from Luke Bomberger. If you would have had me guess a million things to happen in this game, I wouldn't have had a 16-point lead on either side a minute into the second quarter. 19-3, Viborg-Hurley trails. Timeout called. Viborg-Hurley wants it, a 30-second timeout, so we're just going to leave it here. Gage, unfortunately for Viborg-Hurley, it's been about as bad of a start as they could have hoped for. They trail 16, 1 minute into the second quarter.
Yeah, and I can't even say it's the Cougars that are hurting themselves. It's really just this defense from the Warriors. They're just causing a lot of chaos and panic on the offensive side of the court for the Cougars. They're getting steals, they're getting pressure. They're getting anything they want from this Cougars team wherever they want on the court.
That's exactly it. Castlewood looks like they want this state championship. They're hungry for it. I do want to mention the combo of Brian Lowy and Luke Baumberger, already 15 points in this game for them. 15 of their team's 19. Cougars with the basketball. The inbound gets in Nick Hansen. Now Jake Austin to Schroedermeyer. Cougars, again, you're down 16. You can't get it all at once. You've got to slow things down, take it one possession at a time. You've got to start winning possessions, individual ones. Niederbaumer with it, 3 to shoot. Niederbaumer gets the screen, passes it, no shot, a shot clock violation.
That three-pointer did go in if they could just get it off a second earlier.
Nick Hansen, as you just mentioned, knocked down the 3, but it doesn't matter as it was behind the shot clock buzzer. Just another great defensive effort from Castlewood. Viborg-Hurley did not realize that the shot clock was so low to start that possession. With it, Jamison Kessler. Bounce pass in to Brody Bass. Right back out to Jamison. Now down low, they want to go to Lowy. Lowy attracts a crowd down there. Sidestep, no bucket there for Camden Kessler, but an offensive rebound because Lowy able to volleyball spike it to his teammate. Bass fires the corner 3. No good. Another offensive rebound, this time Camden Kessler. This is such a good team. You cannot give up extra possessions by giving offensive rebounds. Nick Hansen got a hand on it. Able to save it, though, are the Warriors. Warriors on offense, driving, no good on, I don't even know what shot, 4th or 5th. It goes out of bounds. Finally, Viborg-Hurley basketball.
Offensive rebounds wins games, Zach, and when you're getting 4 or 5 a possession, you're bound to score at least one of them times.
And unfortunately for Castlewood, but fortunately for Viborg-Hurley, no score on this one, but my goodness, back and forth. I mean, the ball's getting swatted around. What a save by Luke Baumberger near the half-court line, but no score, and Viborg-Hurley thankful for that. Schroedermeyer gets the screen, hits his spot at the free throw. Now working it down low. Nick Hansen puts it in. Nick Hansen with 4 of his team's 5. Again, you've got to take it possession at a time, and that's a win right there, getting your first bucket of the second quarter. Jamison Kessler with the basketball. A back and forth pass there with Jamison right back with it. Castlewood looks to score it again. Pass tipped. Brady Schroedermeyer nearly had the steal. Instead, it goes out of bounds. And it will be Castlewood basketball. Again, we hit our media timeout. We'll take it with them. When we return, it's 19-5, 4:51 to play in the second. Castlewood on top.
At Merchant State Bank, with locations in Freeman, Hurley, Viborg, and Irene, they offer big bank products with a small town service to meet your financial needs and promote economic stability and growth within the communities they call home. Visit them online at msvsd.com to learn more about the services they offer. Merchant State Bank is a proud sponsor of the athletic and academic activities in the communities they serve, hoping this season is a memorable one. From Merchant State Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Helena Agra Enterprises is one of the foremost agronomic solution providers in the U.S. with over 500 branch locations. Helena markets and sells inputs that improve agricultural productivity for greater customer returns. Helena's theme of people, products, knowledge reinforces the company's commitment to helping customers succeed through the knowledgeable and dedicated people, useful and unique products, and the latest proven technologies. Helena is a proud sponsor of the Viborg-Hurley Cougars.
4:51 to play in the first half. It's 19-5. It has been all Castlewood to start this one. Again, they lead 19-5, and they've got the basketball here. Viborg-Hurley needs a stop, chucking up a three. It was kind of an awkward shot from Baumberger. Cougars want to move it quickly. Schroedermeyer will score it. Now, Gage, that's a 4-0 run for Viborg-Hurley. Of course, they're going to need more than that, but it's a start. They're getting rolling. They're settling in on offense, and I like what I'm seeing from them.
A good start in the right direction. That's all you need.
And now pass tipped into the hands of Schroedermeyer. Viborg-Hurley another stop. Schroedermeyer moves it up the floor. Euro step, dumps it off. Scored by Niederbaumer. A 6-0 run for Viborg-Hurley. They brought it back within 10. A 30-second timeout called by Coach Paul Roche of the Castlewood Warriors. Since it's a 30-second timeout, we'll just leave it here. We want to make sure you don't miss anything of this Class B state championship game. Now, Gage, I know they're still down 10, but Viborg-Hurley looks like they're getting rolling now.
You know, a quick 6-0 run really helps. It really helps your team in the right direction. I mean, really a 6-0 run anytime helps your team in any direction, but that's kind of what the Cougars needed to start doing. You know, they scored that first bucket in the beginning. They got that first free throw, but they never really had a chance to find the rhythm. Now that they've kind of found it, now they've broken ice. Now that you just go play, the nerves have kind of settled down, and now we'll start to see them roll.
And that's exactly how it feels. The nerves have settled down. 19-9. Castlewood still up big, but 4:15 to play here in the first half. Plenty of basketball left, over 20 minutes of game time still in this one. Camden Kessler wants to drive it, swings it out. Now corner three. The look from Brody Bass. Off the front iron, bounces around, no good. Hansen the rebound. Hansen gets fouled by Lowy, and Viborg-Hurley keeps the ball. Momentum is just slightly starting to shift now, and momentum in basketball can be everything. Viborg-Hurley needs to continue this run and show why they were number one in the South Dakota Media Prep Poll when the final one came out earlier in the season. Schroedermeyer to Koltoff. Now Schroedermeyer to Nick Hansen. He really wants to work the paint, but not getting much against Lowy. He's got to pick and choose when to attack and when to dish it out. He gets it down low again, dishes it out again. Niederbaumer with it. 12 seconds to shoot here for Viborg-Hurley. Step back corner three. Nick Hansen! Money! Nick Hansen does not look like a 6'7" center when he does that. He brings it within 7. It's 19-12. Cougars still trail, but now on a 9-0 run. Pump fake, bounce pass, intercepted. Schroedermeyer brings it the other direction. Loses the basketball, layup over his head, good. It's 19-14, a 5-point game. Viborg-Hurley right back into this one, a full timeout called by Coach Roche of the Castlewood Warriors. We'll take that break with them. We'll be back here in a moment. When we do return, 3:04 to play in the second quarter. 19-14 your score. Castlewood leads the Viborg-Hurley Cougars.
Good luck, Viborg-Hurley Cougars. From Dakota Ace Hardware Viborg, cheering you on, Dakota Ace Hardware Viborg has been supporting the communities of Viborg-Hurley, Parker, Irene Wakanda, and Centerville since 1994 and offers everything from paint to plumbing and electrical and lawn and garden. Good luck to the Cougars from your locally owned Dakota Ace Hardware in Viborg. Go Cougars!
Back on the floor, the excitement just getting more and more. It looked like Castlewood was just going to up and run away with this one, but you kind of knew Viborg-Hurley wasn't just going to let that happen. They trailed as much as 16 in this game in the first half only a few minutes ago. They brought it down to a 5-point game, and it's exactly what they needed. Lastly, off of that Schroedermeyer layup, but what really got them excited was that Nick Hansen step back corner three. If you're 6'7", you shouldn't be able to move like that. Under 3 minutes to play in the first half. Thinking about the deep three, Jamison Kessler decides against it, moves it up towards the top. Now at the elbow, Bass swings it out. Jamison, as he's kind of ran his team's offense, wanted that step back, decided against it again. Now the corner three, up for Luke Baumberger. He can't get it. Fight for the rebound, ends up with Castlewood. Castlewood, another attempt here as Schroedermeyer nearly got a hand on that. Now another corner three attempt for Baumberger, no good. Lowy gets the rebound, he was fouled. The Viborg-Hurley crowd wanted to travel. I do think when he jumped, I think he got the ball out of his hands in time. Of course, they're right in front of it. We're a little ways out here from it. But I do agree, I didn't think it was a travel. Did you, Gage?
No, I didn't even see it. I'm kind of watching it through, or watched that play through the screen, so I couldn't really tell with the small feet.
Inbounding here for Castlewood. They retain possession. They still have a 5-point lead. It was 16 moments ago. Jamison Kessler wants to drive it in, steps it back. Mid-range jumper, bounces around, no. Lowy, offensive rebound. He puts an end to the Viborg-Hurley run. Castlewood up to 21 now to Viborg-Hurley's 14. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Viborg-Hurley a chance to reel this one right back in. Morrison with it, swings it. Jake Austin hesitated on the three, dishes it in to Nick Hansen. No good on the shot, fight for the rebound, ends up with the Warriors. A bucket there would have really felt good for Viborg-Hurley. Instead, Castlewood will take it the other direction. Bounce pass in to Camden Kessler, back out to Jamison Kessler. Lots of movement beyond the perimeter here for Castlewood. Camden Kessler swings it. Now Brody Bass on the far side. Works against Rafe Gedderts. Up top he moves it. Pass down low, gets into Lowy. Over the top of Gedderts, he can't get it. Viborg-Hurley does pull in the rebound. Every rebound here, there's a fight for it. There is not just a one guy pulling down a rebound on a single play here. Under a minute in the first half, 21-14, Castlewood leads. Cougars with the basketball. Jake Austin runs it across to the far side of the court. Now brings it this other side, Gedderts. Back to Austin. Up top, Braden Morrison. 12 to shoot here for Viborg-Hurley. Nick Hansen has it. Hansen finds Morrison, lines up the three. Back iron it goes. Rebound goes Camden Kessler, and that might have been the lone rebound we've seen in which it only hit one player's hands. Shot clock has been turned off. Castlewood with a 7-point lead, a chance to take the final shot of the first half. Camden Kessler with it. He'll bring it back out nearing the half-court line, and now giving up to Jamison Kessler. Right back to Camden, right back to Jamison. Bass to Baumberger. 6 seconds now to play. Bass, the turner in the paint, no good. And a last-second three, Brody Bass, no good on the shot. We wrap up our first half of play. 21-14. The Castlewood Warriors lead the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. If you're just tuning in now, the Cougars are happy with this 7-point deficit. They were down 16 nearly halfway through that second quarter of play. They made a run. A 9-0 streak for them has got them back in it. We'll take a break here. It's at halftime. Again, Warriors lead 21-14 in the Class B state championship game. 16 minutes to go.
Trust Ackerman Heating and Air Conditioning in Viborg for all your HVAC needs. Ackerman Heating and Air Conditioning features Coleman Heating and Cooling Units. The Coleman name is a trusted icon in America. Known for the rugged dependability and tremendous value, Coleman products stand the test of time. So if you need HVAC work, let the professionals at Ackerman Heating and Air Conditioning handle the task from start to finish. Give them a call for whatever the South Dakota weather throws your way.
Building a team takes the right mix of quality materials and expertise. You can find the lumber and materials for your next project at Farmers Lumber Company in Viborg. Farmers Lumber Company knows that both area teams are built strong and are sure to be successful in tonight's game and beyond. So if you need lumber or hardware for your spring project, make sure to stop by Farmers Lumber Company in Viborg. From Farmers Lumber Company, good luck to both teams.
Get your grocery list and head to Hometown Grocery on Main Street in Viborg. Warm up with hot deals at Hometown Grocery, home of super savings, putting more purchase power into your food dollars. So pile up the pantry, load up the shelves. With hundreds of new items, you'll find everything on your grocery list if you can find room in your freezer. Visit Hometown Grocery on Facebook and check out the latest ad to save even more. Hometown Grocery is a proud sponsor of the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Good luck, Cougars.
The Viborg-Hurley Cougars are guilty of not only being great athletes, but great young adults growing into a great asset for the community. That's why Gary Ward of the Ward Law Office is proud to support the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Young Viborg-Hurley students are the future of our community, and the future is bright. So from Ward Law Office in Viborg, good luck to Viborg-Hurley Cougar student athletes in the game and in life. Go Cougars!
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
At the half here, it's 21-14. The Castlewood Warriors currently beating the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. As on the floor right now, looks like they will announce the Spirit of 6 award. But again, Castlewood leads 21-14. They led as much as 16 there in that first half of play. The Viborg-Hurley Cougars went on a run. They brought it down. They're happy to be only down 7 after scoring only a few points there in the first quarter. Time for your halftime stats. As actually, well, quick, we'll let you know Castlewood's cheer team won the Spirit of 6 award, as they're shown on the big screen here. And, well, shockingly enough, the winners of the Spirit of 6 cheer award are excited and lots of energy, Gage.
Yeah, I can't really be surprised there.
Anyway, time for your halftime stats now. For the Castlewood Warriors, get this, Gage. They have not subbed out a single player. It has been nothing but their starters the entire way through, and currently it's working for them. Camden Kessler in this one with 2 points, 4 rebounds. Brody Bass in this one with 1 assist, 2 rebounds, and a steal. Jamison Kessler with 2 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. Luke Baumberger with 7 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. And really making a big difference in this game right now is Brian Lowy. He's got 10 points already, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, and a block. He's pacing a 20-14 game, showing why he's got his team in the state championship game. That's just incredible for Castlewood. Now for your players for the Viborg-Hurley Cougars, who have subbed out a few players. Jake Austin in this one has not recorded a stat yet, but he does run that offense for Viborg-Hurley. Brady Schroedermeyer with 4 points in this one and 2 assists. Owen Niederbaumer, 3 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Nick Hansen off to a good start, 7 points, 4 rebounds for him. Rafe Gedderts in this one has a steal. Braden Morrison with a rebound. And then we've also seen Brenner Gertis and Nolan Koltoff. Neither of those two have technically recorded a stat, but still getting some game time action for the Cougars, shooting 6 for 18 on the floor. That's 33%. They're making a third of their shots. 1 for 6 beyond the perimeter. And for free throws, they've only shot 2. 1 for 2, 50%. You know, they started out the game and definitely a shooting lull. 33% doesn't necessarily shock me. I'm actually surprised it is at 33%, and that's a good sign for Viborg-Hurley that you can still have that cold of a first quarter and still end up 33%. Now, we'd like to see them bump it up here in the second half. I'm sure they will. For Castlewood, shooting 9 for 21, 42.9% shooting. And then beyond the arc, they are 2 for 8. That's 25%. Not amazing shooting really from them either. 1 for 1 from the free throw line. The big difference right now, Gage, is rebounds. 17 for Castlewood to the 7 of Viborg-Hurley. Right now, Brian Lowy has the same amount of rebounds as Viborg-Hurley's whole team in the first half.
You know, and one big thing about the rebounds is they have 7 offensive rebounds. Offensive rebounds give you another chance to score points, and, you know, really that's kind of been the difference is chances to score points. The only saving grace that this Viborg-Hurley team has had in the first half is their 6 steals. 5 of them coming from a single player, Brody Schroedermeyer, and, you know, that kind of went with the run. That kind of sparked the run. Is Schroedermeyer getting the steals, getting his team in transition for them easy points. You know, it was really that three-pointer that sparked the run from Nick Hansen, but you know, steals go along with it. They keep things going. They keep your team in that groove.
And now on the floor, they are also doing the Spirit of Sioux Award, arguably the biggest honor in all of South Dakota high school basketball, as we'd like to make sure to announce who wins it. There's a good chance it might even be in the game here. You know, the 2 championship teams wouldn't be shocked if one of their players was to get the Spirit of Sioux Award. As we await that announcement, we're only moments away from the second half. There's 16 minutes left of basketball action here. Again, the winner and the state champion will be here tonight. As they announce, didn't get to hear who's holding the Spirit of Sioux Award, but as they show off the quilt, making sure everyone in the arena can see it as we have it, you can watch and listen live. And, well, Viborg-Hurley's very own wins the Spirit of Sioux Award. It's Nick Hansen. He heads to the middle of the court to accept the quilt as he gets wrapped in it. Congratulations to Nick Hansen as he has won the Spirit of Sioux Award. And again, we have it on camera right now. You can watch and listen live on kvht.com and Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube. We kind of had a feeling someone in the game tonight was going to be winning this award, and it will be Nick Hansen of Viborg-Hurley, but you know how this could be just a little sweeter, Gage?
State championship right on top, just like a cherry.
Absolutely. If Nick Hansen and the Cougars can end up with the state championship, this just might be the best day of his basketball career, more likely than not. How does it get much better than that? You essentially win the biggest award in all of high school basketball in the state championship, but they've got some work to do. Castlewood currently leads 21-14 at the half. Viborg-Hurley has got to get that offense rolling, and then on the flip side, on defense, you've got to come down with the defensive boards. You cannot give up the offensive glass, as that is a huge reason why Castlewood has been able to take the lead. They led by 16 at one point, and we saw 3, maybe even 4 offensive rebounds on one possession earlier. Luckily for the Cougars, there was no score, though, from Castlewood. It's going to be a great game from here on out right now. 3 timeouts left for Castlewood, as Coach Rosh didn't like the run Viborg-Hurley was going on, and Shane Warwick still with 4 of his 5 timeouts remaining. We'll take our final halftime break and be back in a moment here on Classic Hits 106.3, Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube, and kvht.com.
Pick or place your property with Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty. With licenses in Iowa and South Dakota, Janelle Pearson is the perfect choice to buy or sell your home. Rest assured, as you see the knowledge, hard work, passion, and care that goes into taking care of you. Give Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty a call today at 712-552-7102 to take care of all your home needs. Janelle Pearson is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
At Merchant State Bank, with locations in Freeman, Hurley, Viborg, and Irene, they offer big bank products with a small town service to meet your financial needs and promote economic stability and growth within the communities they call home. Visit them online at msvsd.com to learn more about the services they offer. Merchant State Bank is a proud sponsor of the athletic and academic activities in the communities they serve, hoping this season is a memorable one. From Merchant State Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Helena Agra Enterprises is one of the foremost agronomic solution providers in the U.S. with over 500 branch locations. Helena markets and sells inputs that improve agricultural productivity for greater customer returns. Helena's theme of people, products, knowledge reinforces the company's commitment to helping customers succeed through the knowledgeable and dedicated people, useful and unique products, and the latest proven technologies. Helena is a proud sponsor of the Viborg-Hurley Cougars.
Second half of play only moments away. Again, I'm Zach Spear alongside Gage Ravellette, who's helping out with color commentary, running the stream, as well as cameras, doing it all right now behind the scenes. So I want to thank him as well as our sponsors of this game and South Dakota Public Broadcasting. South Dakota Public Broadcasting has allowed us to broadcast and live stream all the Freeman and Viborg-Hurley games. We appreciate it greatly. For complete coverage, updated scores, and photos of the high school basketball championships, visit sdpb.org/basketball. All the games will be broadcast live on SDPB television. For updated content, check out SDPB Sports on social media. And a big thank you to the Viborg-Hurley sponsors that include Wardlaw, Yankton Thrive, Merchant State Bank, Helena Ag Enterprises, Dakota Ace Hardware, Ackerman Heating and Cooling, Farmers Lumber Company, Janelle Pearson Next Home Tri-State Realty, and Hometown Grocery. The buzzer has sounded. The third quarter about to get underway. 21-14, Castlewood leads, but Viborg-Hurley will start with the basketball. They're looking for a strong 8 minutes here to possibly tie things up in this one. Cougars will now move it right to left as you watch it on your screen. Owen Niederbaumer will hand it off Nick Hansen. Lots of ball movement. Rafe Gedderts gets it. Now over to Schroedermeyer. Back to Gedderts. They're trying to push it down low, and it's just not working. They keep getting cut off when they try to bring it within the three-point line. 10 to shoot here. Now Nick Hansen gets it as he gets doubled up and called for a travel. Nick Hansen called for the travel, and that will give the ball right over to Castlewood. 30 seconds into the third quarter, no score on either side. Pass down low, goes out of bounds. That one, last touch by Castlewood. Luke Baumberger not really sure, as he just kind of threw that one out. Didn't look like it had a chance to get into his teammate's hand. Either way, Viborg-Hurley will take the stop on the defensive side. Owen Niederbaumer now with it. The give to Schroedermeyer. Up top, Gedderts. Gedderts a good 32 feet away from the hoop. Again, Viborg-Hurley still moving the basketball, spreading the love a lot as Rafe Gedderts gets fouled on the shot. Foul goes against Jamison Kessler as he'll pick up his second personal. Team's first. Rafe Gedderts at the free throw line for a pair, misses the first of two. Cougars now 1 for 3 at the line. Gedderts the next, also no good. And rebound ends up with Nick Hansen. Hansen gives it up to Gedderts. Up top they move it, Jake Austin. Now you're really thinking if he had made that first free throw, he could double up on it. Either way, Cougars happy to have the basketball. A minute into the third quarter. We still have yet to see a score that keeps it at 21-14 Castlewood. Brady Schroedermeyer finds Gedderts at the elbow. He loses the basketball. It goes out of bounds. Last touched by Castlewood. The official sure took his time there. He had us all holding our breath waiting on the call. Cougars keep possession. 11 on the shot clock. Inbound gets into Schroedermeyer. Looks for the screen from Hansen. Drives at baseline. Goes up. His shot denied. Lowy. Niederbaumer had the rebound, but he was tiptoeing the line and stepped on it. So a turnover again here for Viborg-Hurley. Moving it up the floor, Jamison Kessler. The Warriors looking for the first score here in the second half. They swing it cross court, Camden Kessler. Down low, they get it. They kick it back out, Camden. Now he'll push it to Jamison. Jamison wanted to drive it, brings it back out. Under 10 to shoot here. Mid-range jumper off the back iron. Ball is tipped into the hands of Nick Hansen. So the Cougars another stop as this third quarter started out exactly like the first quarter. Pretty much no scoring. We're over 2 minutes in. Neither team has put in a bucket or any points. Jake Austin nearly lost the basketball there. He's able to get it to Nick Hansen. Now into the corner, Niederbaumer. Niederbaumer drives it baseline, swings it out. Nick Hansen, the triple. It's good! Nick Hansen is having himself a game. He's up to 10 points already, and he is a huge reason the Cougars are in this. 21-17, only a 4-point difference between the two teams now. Castlewood on offense. Looking for the ball down low. Lowy has it. Trying to work the paint as he's fouled on the shot. Foul is on the Cougars, their first team foul. Nick Hansen, he'll pick up his first personal at the free throw line. Brian Lowy. Lowy, the first of two, no good. As Lowy, a 65% free throw shooter. Coming in, Nolan Koltoff here for Viborg-Hurley. Ryan Lowy, the next of two. That one does fall. And now the first score for Castlewood. So we've got 4 points scored here in the third quarter, 3 minutes in. 22-17, Castlewood leads Viborg-Hurley. Viborg-Hurley slowly closing the gap. They trailed 16. Now it's only 5. Brady Schroedermeyer gets it in the lane to Nick Hansen. Now Niederbaumer. Out to Schroedermeyer. Cougars really have not been able to bring the ball inside the lane too often. Handoff here, Schroedermeyer, he's fouled on the drive. That one goes against Camden Kessler. That'll be his second personal, team second, as we reach the media timeout about halfway through the third quarter. Your score, 22-17. Castlewood leads, but Viborg-Hurley narrowing that gap.
Good luck, Viborg-Hurley Cougars. From Dakota Ace Hardware Viborg, cheering you on, Dakota Ace Hardware Viborg has been supporting the communities of Viborg-Hurley, Parker, Irene Wakanda, and Centerville since 1994 and offers everything from paint to plumbing and electrical and lawn and garden. Good luck to the Cougars from your locally owned Dakota Ace Hardware in Viborg. Go Cougars!
Trust Ackerman Heating and Air Conditioning in Viborg for all your HVAC needs. Ackerman Heating and Air Conditioning features Coleman Heating and Cooling Units. The Coleman name is a trusted icon in America. Known for the rugged dependability and tremendous value, Coleman products stand the test of time. So if you need HVAC work, let the professionals at Ackerman Heating and Air Conditioning handle the task from start to finish. Give them a call for whatever the South Dakota weather throws your way.
4:38 to play here in the third quarter. 22-17, Castlewood leads Viborg-Hurley basketball, though. They get it down low into Niederbaumer. He goes up strong. A rejection, but goaltending on Brian Lowy. If that was not called for a goaltend, Lowy was going to have his team hyped to a whole nother level. The ball must have been on the downward swing, which is why it would be called a goaltend. So now a 3-point difference. Castlewood with the basketball. They'll swing it. Corner, 3, up, bounces off the front iron, no good. Fight for the rebound. Lowy spikes it out to his guy. Luke Baumberger will line up a dead-on 3. It's in. Castlewood finds themselves back up 6. But we have got ourselves a ball game. Nick Hansen to Koltoff. Koltoff holds out a fist, trying to set up a play for his team. Now Nick Hansen, the 6'7 senior, working against the 6'9 senior on the other side. A spinning fader gets it.
You know, we've seen that move how many times over the course of the last 3 days. That move just can't be stopped.
And it never gets old, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Nick Hansen does it frequently. He does it well. Down low now, Luke Baumberger with it. He swings it out. Driving, finding his spot, shooting it. Brody Bass sinks it. Now again, as the first quarter started out slow, and then once the scoring started, it started rolling. Same thing here in the third. 27-21, Castlewood leads. 3:20 to play in the third. Braden Morrison now at the Wolves logo. Out to Schroedermeyer. Schroedermeyer waits the screen from Nick Hansen. The pick and roll, no. As Schroedermeyer, a hand in his face, gets that one to fall. Schroedermeyer with a tough bucket brings his team back within 4. Jamison Kessler, now they'll get it down low. Lowy, no good. Hansen gets in the rebound, and it seems they've somewhat slowed down Brian Lowy. Lowy, though, a 6'9 senior. Such a good player. Schroedermeyer lost the basketball, ended up in the hands of Nick Hansen. You could hear the burn from up here. That one's going to sting after the game. 27-23, Warriors lead, 2.5 to play in the third. Corner three lined up. Brody Bass gets it. Brody Bass, the corner three, puts his team up 7. Viborg-Hurley now with the basketball again. They need a good set here. Niederbaumer to Morrison. Morrison at the top of the key. We have yet to see him score. Now Koltoff back to Morrison. Got his man in the air. Sidestep, triple. The answer, no. Castlewood, a real chance here to start pulling away again. Again, we saw them up 16 over Viborg-Hurley. Viborg-Hurley's brought it back down. Driving, Brody Bass off the glass, somehow gets it. That momentum now is shifted right back to the Warriors, who lead 9. 95 seconds to go in the third. Down low, Koltoff scores it. A dish from Nick Hansen. Found the cutter, and a beautifully set up play for Viborg-Hurley. 32-25, Castlewood leads. 80 seconds to play in the third. Jamison Kessler swings it. Corner three again. Castlewood is money. Camden Kessler puts this one in. He's up to 5 points, and now a double-digit lead here for the Castlewood Warriors. Braden Morrison has it, swings it out, Nick Hansen. Now Niederbaumer as he's pushed. That foul goes against Luke Baumberger, his first personal, team's third. Inbounding Nolan Koltoff for the Cougars. A 10-point difference as Austin sprints it around to Niederbaumer. He can't get the three. Koltoff fights for the rebound. It ends up in the hands of Castlewood. A great effort, just couldn't quite pull it in. About a 14-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Castlewood trying to use some of the clock. Into the corner they go. Luke Baumberger now up top. Near side, Bass got his guy in the air. Koltoff hit the deck hard. Other side, they swing it. Baumberger, another triple.
You know, Zach, I think that's 3 or 4 straight threes for this Castlewood team.
They are lights out right now, trying to put an end to this game early. 8 seconds to play in the third quarter. Castlewood leads 38-25. Cougars with the basketball. Niederbaumer fouled on the shot. He couldn't get it to fall, but he's got free throws coming up. Now 2.5 seconds left in the third. It's the 4th team foul against Castlewood, second personal on Luke Baumberger. I will say that's the one thing that Viborg-Hurley has definitely beat Castlewood, and it is no fouls, but it has not been to their favor really in this game so far. And Niederbaumer knocks down the first of 2. He's up to 6 points. He and Nick Hansen combined for 18 of the Cougars' 26. Next one, no good. With 1 second left, Castlewood more than happy to just hang on to the basketball as we wrap up our third quarter. 38-26, Castlewood leads. 8 minutes to play to decide a state champion.
Building a team takes the right mix of quality materials and expertise. You can find the lumber and materials for your next project at Farmers Lumber Company in Viborg. Farmers Lumber Company knows that both area teams are built strong and are sure to be successful in tonight's game and beyond. So if you need lumber or hardware for your spring project, make sure to stop by Farmers Lumber Company in Viborg. From Farmers Lumber Company, good luck to both teams.
Get your grocery list and head to Hometown Grocery on Main Street in Viborg. Warm up with hot deals at Hometown Grocery, home of super savings, putting more purchase power into your food dollars. So pile up the pantry, load up the shelves. With hundreds of new items, you'll find everything on your grocery list if you can find room in your freezer. Visit Hometown Grocery on Facebook and check out the latest ad to save even more. Hometown Grocery is a proud sponsor of the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Good luck, Cougars.
8 minutes to play. After those 8 minutes, barring extra minutes and overtime, we will be able to declare the Class B boys basketball state champion. Will it be the Viborg-Hurley Cougars or will it be the Castlewood Warriors? Warriors do have a 12-point advantage as we start the fourth quarter, and they'll also open with the basketball. Ball is inbounded. We've officially got under 8 minutes to play in this one. Driving and fouled right away are the Warriors. Brian Lowy will head to the free throw line. He's got 11 points in this game. He had 10 at the half, only 1 in the third quarter. Viborg-Hurley's got to be happy with that. The foul again against Viborg-Hurley, their first team foul, as Lowy knocks in the first of 2, and it'll be the first personal against Brenner Gertis. Lowy, the next opportunity, also falls. Viborg-Hurley trails 14. They've got to have a good 7.5 minutes of play here. Gertis beyond the perimeter as they keep swinging the rock. Jake Austin has it to Gedderts. Gedderts now Nick Hansen. Fires an immediate 3, left it way short. Rebound goes Castlewood. Luke Baumberger pulls it in. He wants to bring it down the floor. Gets trapped. Schroedermeyer thought he had the steal. Instead, he'll pick up a foul. Team foul number 2 on Viborg-Hurley. And for Schroedermeyer, that'll be his second personal. A steal would have been big there for Viborg-Hurley. Instead, a foul called on them. Inbounding it here, Brody Bass. Bass, his pass tipped out by Nick Hansen. We're only 33 seconds into this fourth quarter. And I tell you what, lots going on. Castlewood will get the inbound in. Cross-court pass nearly sailing out of bounds. They're happy to have it. Brody Bass, another corner 3. Viborg-Hurley happy it didn't go in, but Castlewood pulls in the offensive board. That is what we talked about at halftime. Really, the reason Castlewood is winning, the offensive glass. They had 14 total rebounds to Viborg-Hurley 7 at the break. Driving, scoring, Camden Kessler. Under 7 minutes to play in the state championship. 42-26 now. Castlewood finds themselves back up 16. Jake Austin finds Schroedermeyer. Corner 3 is no good. You wonder if Castlewood can just start pulling away here. Hopefully for Viborg-Hurley, that's not the case. They move it down low. Brian Lowy, he's pressed hard by Nick Hansen. Firing the 3, no good there from Luke Baumberger. Pass intercepted. Jamison Kessler will bring it right back for Castlewood. Fires it up, no good. He's fouled on the shot. Schroedermeyer went up tall to try and stop the play. He'll pick up foul number 3 and his team's foul number 3 in the quarter. It's starting to feel like now or never on the floor, Gage, that Viborg-Hurley is going to have to start getting back into this one. First free throw does fall for Jamison Kessler.
Yes, the make or break moment. It's not really a win or go home type game because this is the last game, but you got to start knocking down big shots. Big time players make big time plays. We need to see the big time players make those plays.
Second of two here coming up from Jamison Kessler. He made the first, and he puts his team up 18 after making it. 44-26. Viborg-Hurley has been absolutely stumped on the offensive side. They average 62.5 points per game. As fouled is Brady Schroedermeyer on the shot attempt. Just over 6 minutes to play. It's the first team foul against Castlewood. Goes against Camden Kessler. That'll be his foul, his third personal foul. Schroedermeyer. First free throw, no good. I believe right now Viborg-Hurley shooting under 50% at the charity stripe. The second of two is good. Whistle blows. Jake Austin will check in for Viborg-Hurley. Heading to the bench will be Brady Schroedermeyer, who again just picked up his third personal foul. Full court press here from Viborg-Hurley. Castlewood struggled to get it in at first. And now they'll be able to cross the timeline here, under 6 to play in the game. Camden Kessler up top to Jamison Kessler. Jamison wants to drive it, gets stuffed, spin move, finds himself in the lane. Drops off the pass to Brody Bass. Easy layup, and what a highlight reel play there for Jamison Kessler. What an assist. Whistle blows. Timeout going to be called here by Coach Shane Warwick of the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. He's got a 30-second timeout. We'll take that 30-second timeout and be right back. As we return to the floor, 5:30 to play in total in this one. (46-27), Castlewood leads by 19 over the Cougars. Viborg-Hurley with the basketball. Hansen gets in the inbound to Owen Niederbaumer. He'll hand it off to Brady Schroedermeyer. Schroedermeyer wants to drive it, gets cut off in the baseline. Spin move, fader. Nick Hansen can't get that one, but a putback for Niederbaumer on the offensive glass. That's exactly what the Cougars need here. They're still down 17. 5 minutes to play. They're going to have to be nearly flawless. We cross the 5-minute mark. Castlewood with the basketball, up 46-29. Brody Bass has it. He'll give it up to Jamison Kessler. Jamison using the screen from Lowy. He gets stopped immediately by Brady Schroedermeyer, but a step back three off the back iron. Niederbaumer the rebound. Viborg-Hurley pushes the floor the other side. Koltoff with it. Hands it off. Jake Austin pump fakes a three. Gets in the lane. Hands it off Nick Hansen, who's right under the rack. Gets fouled. He's shooting free throws. Brian Lowy picks up a foul, his team's second only, his second personal, as we hit a media timeout. We'll just take a 30-second break. We will be back, though, in just a moment. Right now, 4:25 to play. 46-29, Castlewood leads the Viborg-Hurley Cougars, and a winner, well, the winner will be the state champion of all of Class B basketball when we return.
The Viborg-Hurley Cougars are guilty of not only being great athletes, but great young adults growing into a great asset for the community. That's why Gary Ward of the Ward Law Office is proud to support the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Young Viborg-Hurley students are the future of our community, and the future is bright. So from Ward Law Office in Viborg, good luck to Viborg-Hurley Cougar student athletes in the game and in life. Go Cougars!
As we return here, it is 46-29. And right now, the Viborg-Hurley Cougars need to be pretty much perfect if they want to try and win this one. At the free throw line, Nick Hansen to shoot 2. He's got 12 points, can be up to 14 should he make both. And Viborg-Hurley is going to need him to make these free throws. Nick Hansen, the first of 2, is good. As you can hear the crowd getting into the YMCA here. It's Gage and myself, of course, having to, go through the motions. Second of 2 on the way for Nick Hansen.
Yeah, I won't lie. We were both dancing to the song as well.
Hansen goes 2 for 2. He pulls his team back in a little closer. It's a 15-point difference. 46-31. Castlewood still leads. Viborg-Hurley on a 4-0 run. Schroedermeyer just picked up his 4th foul, though. That is bad news for Viborg-Hurley. Castlewood with the basketball. Another inbound. Bolting across the floor, Camden Kessler. Kessler at the Wolves logo. Trying to go down low. Brody Bass was wide open right under the hoop. Instead, now they move it Lowy to Bass. Bass, his attempt, no good. Lowy can't pull in the rebound. It goes out of bounds. Viborg-Hurley basketball. We're exactly at the halfway point of the 4th quarter. Viborg-Hurley, 15 points, they trail. Schroedermeyer swings it. Austin, corner 3, no good. Fight for the rebound. Schroedermeyer of the Cougars has it. Austin got a guy in the air. Floater in the lane, no good. Another offensive board, though, for Viborg-Hurley. Up top, they move it to Schroedermeyer. The downtown 3 off the left side of the rim. That one might have just been the momentum Viborg-Hurley needed. Still full court pressure here from the Cougars. As Castlewood wants to bring it up the floor, Jamison Kessler off to Lowy. Right back to Kessler. Jamison drives it, steps it back. Fader left it short. Jake Austin pushes the floor quickly for Viborg-Hurley. Into the elbow, swings it out Schroedermeyer. Schroedermeyer fouled on the drive. That'll be the 3rd foul against Castlewood here in the game. Well, in the 4th anyways. And the foul goes against Camden Kessler. He picks up his 4th, so he and Brady Schroedermeyer, the 2 players, in foul trouble in this one. Jake Austin over to Niederbaumer. Niederbaumer out to Hansen. He'll line up a 3 off the front iron. It goes. Under 3 minutes to play now. No mistakes for Viborg-Hurley is what they need. They trail 46-31 to Castlewood. Camden Kessler with it to Bass. He'll swing it on the near side now. Moving it, Luke Baumberger. They are using up about all of the clock they can. Lowy fires it out. Camden Kessler at the free throw line. Fades it away off the glass. No. Missed everything. That'll be a shot clock violation. Now a timeout called by Coach Rosh of the Castlewood Warriors will take it when we return. 2:24 to play in the game. 46-31, Castlewood leads.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Pick or place your property with Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty. With licenses in Iowa and South Dakota, Janelle Pearson is the perfect choice to buy or sell your home. Rest assured, as you see the knowledge, hard work, passion, and care that goes into taking care of you. Give Janelle Pearson of Next Home Tri-State Realty a call today at 712-552-7102 to take care of all your home needs. Janelle Pearson is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
2:24 to play in this one. 46-31. Viborg-Hurley trails the Castlewood Warriors. With it, the Cougars want to roll it down the floor to try and save as much time as possible. They need lots of points here. Jake Austin brings it up to the top. He'll give it up to Nolan Koltoff. Koltoff right back to Austin. Austin drives it. Bounce pass to Nick Hansen into the hands of the Warriors. Braden Morrison will pick up a foul, and that is team foul number 5 on Viborg-Hurley. Bonus free throws coming up for Castlewood. Camden Kessler heads to the free throw line after Braden Morrison picks up his first personal, again the team's 5th. And you got to start wondering if it is too late here for Viborg-Hurley to get back into this one. No good on the first attempt is Camden Kessler. Second attempt. Bounces around and in. So he makes the lead. 16. It's 47-31. We cross the 2-minute mark. Viborg-Hurley trails. Schroedermeyer to Braden Morrison. Pump fakes. Fires the next opportunity for 3. No good. Now some pressure here. Braden Morrison will foul again. More bonus free throws for Castlewood. This one's starting to feel like it is all said and done, as a lot of the crowd pouring out now. At the free throw line, Jamison Kessler. First of 2, good. (48-31) Castlewood leads, 1:45 to go. Next one, no good. Rebound in for Viborg-Hurley. They move it up the floor quickly. Brady Schroedermeyer swings it cross court. Niederbaumer. Niederbaumer wants to drive it baseline. Gets stopped. Pass gets deflected. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by Castlewood. Coming in here is Rafe Gedderts for the Cougars. He comes in for Nolan Koltoff. As the 3 seniors all on the floor for the Cougars. Nick Hansen swings it. Morrison, quick release on the 3, no good. Left side of the rim it goes. Rebound Castlewood. 85 seconds to play, a 17-point difference, finding Castlewood on top. Morrison will intentionally foul and sends Castlewood to the free throw line. I'll tell you one thing though, the Castlewood crowd has not left. Big reason, they're up 17, 79 seconds to play. First of 2, good. At the line right now is Jamison Kessler as Braden Morrison picked up his 3rd personal. Jake Austin checks in for Viborg-Hurley in place of Braden Morrison. Kessler, the second of two, would put his team up 19 should he make it. He does. Viborg-Hurley still wants to push the floor quickly. Nick Hansen with it at the elbow. He swings it cross court. 3 ball, Niederbaumer no good. Fight for the rebound as ending up with it is Castlewood. 68 seconds to play. Nick Hansen will intentionally foul Brody Bass, who heads to the line. Now the subs for Castlewood are entering the game. And it does look like Viborg-Hurley will do the same. Bass, well, they blow the whistle on the first free throw. Not really sure what's going on, but Castlewood, clean swap outside of shooter Bass, and looks like the same for Viborg-Hurley. On the floor for Viborg-Hurley, we do see Rafe Gedderts, Godwin Johnson, Lincoln Van Orsdale, Noah Wordle, and Caden Thibodeau Lindemann. For Castlewood in, Colby Davis, Bennett Johnson, Jaron Eidson, Tyson Manley, and Josh Jensen. That free throw falls, makes it a 20-point game, 51-31. Castlewood leads. The subs have officially been put in with 1 minute to play in this game. Up top, they move it. Now at the top of the key. Corner three, no good there from Van Orsdale. The Warriors will move it the other side. They'll fire a corner three. Off the front iron, it goes offensive board. No good on the next 2 attempts. How about the third? No. Colby Davis didn't get any of the 3 shots to fall, but he's fouled, headed to the line. Godwin Johnson picks up his first personal. I'm guessing team's 8th or so. As once it hits 5, its bonus doesn't really matter too much. Free throw no good there from Davis. Davis, that free throw good. Makes it 52-31. And unless Viborg-Hurley scores, that would be our final score. Ball nearly knocked out of bounds. Van Orsdale with it now to Godwin Johnson. Back to Van Orsdale, Wordle with it. He'll swing at Godwin Johnson. Nearly losing the basketball, it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Viborg-Hurley. That'll give Castlewood the basketball. 23.8 seconds to play. They're probably going to just dribble this one out. Tyson Manley gets it into Bennett Johnson. As Johnson passes it over, 15 seconds to play. Castlewood not state champions quite yet until that final buzzer sounds. But the crowd knows it, and they are getting loud. 3 seconds to play. There it is. Your state champions of Class B basketball are the Castlewood Warriors. They win this one 52-31. Viborg-Hurley will fall to the Castlewood Warriors. There will be the award ceremony on the floor, as we'll stick around long enough to show Viborg-Hurley accepting their awards. I'm Zach Spear alongside Gage Ravellette, as I just want to say what a great basketball season it has been. Wraps up my 3rd official year with 5 Star Communications calling games. My 3rd basketball season, I should say. As, ended with the state championship call. Doesn't get much better than that. Unfortunately for Viborg-Hurley, just couldn't quite get it done tonight. Castlewood will be the big winners in tonight's game. 52-31 your final score. In convincing fashion, Castlewood wins it. We'll take a short break. We'll return as soon as the award ceremony starts right back up.
At Merchant State Bank, with locations in Freeman, Hurley, Viborg, and Irene, they offer big bank products with a small town service to meet your financial needs and promote economic stability and growth within the communities they call home. Visit them online at msvsd.com to learn more about the services they offer. Merchant State Bank is a proud sponsor of the athletic and academic activities in the communities they serve, hoping this season is a memorable one. From Merchant State Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Helena Agra Enterprises is one of the foremost agronomic solution providers in the U.S. with over 500 branch locations. Helena markets and sells inputs that improve agricultural productivity for greater customer returns. Helena's theme of people, products, knowledge reinforces the company's commitment to helping customers succeed through the knowledgeable and dedicated people, useful and unique products, and the latest proven technologies. Helena is a proud sponsor of the Viborg-Hurley Cougars.
On the floor, it does look like they're ready to hand out the medals. Again, we'll keep it here while the award ceremony goes on to honor the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Congratulations to the Cougars on what a fantastic season. They will end the season, their final record, 23-3, and second place in the Class B state tournament. Congratulations to the Castlewood Warriors, who will take the victory and win. They 24-2, they wrap up their season. And they come home with the state championship. Again, your final score in this one, 52-31, a low-scoring one from Viborg-Hurley, and that's in great part due to the amazing defensive effort for Castlewood. Castlewood played a heck of a game. They deserve this win. Unfortunately for Viborg-Hurley, it just felt like they played a team that came prepared and was able to come up big time. Now they're announcing the second place, the runner-up in the state tournament. Again, congratulations, Viborg-Hurley, as we will keep the camera on them, as I'll list all the Cougars on the roster. They include junior Braden Morrison, junior Brenner Gertis, junior Jake Austin, junior Nolan Koltoff, sophomore Brock Fredrickson, freshman Lincoln Van Orsdale, sophomore Godwin Johnson, sophomore Noah Wordle, junior Brady Schroedermeyer, junior Caden Thibodeau Lindemann, and last but certainly not least, the seniors. Senior Owen Niederbaumer, Nick Hansen, and Rafe Gedderts. Congratulations again to the Cougars on a fantastic season and a runner-up at the Class B state championship. Congratulations again to Castlewood, who was able to come up with the championship and will be awarded here tonight. The Cougars, coached by Shane Warwick, and again end their season with a 23-3 record. That is a heck of a season, and they deserve every last bit of respect for what they put out on the floor all year. Your final stats will start with Castlewood. Camden Kessler with 8 points in this one, 4 rebounds. 11 points for Brody Bass, along with 7 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals. Jamison Kessler, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. Luke Baumberger had 12 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. For Brian Lowy, the big man, 13 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks, a double-double for him in the state championship game. Colby Davis, we saw, with 2 rebounds, 1 point, and 1 steal. And then with no recorded stats, but all getting in, Tyson Manley, Bennett Johnson, Josh Jensen, and Jaron Eidson. As we will move the camera over to the award ceremony for the state champion Castlewood Warriors. Your final stats for the Viborg-Hurley Cougars. Jake Austin in this one, we did not see a stat recorded. Brady Schroedermeyer with 7 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 steals. Owen Niederbaumer with 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Nick Hansen had a great game. The Spirit of Sioux Award winner, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. Rafe Gedderts in this one with 1 rebound. Brenner Gertis we saw did not record a stat. 2 points for Nolan Koltoff. And then coming off the bench late, we saw Lincoln Van Orsdale, no stats. Godwin Johnson, no stats. Noah Wordle, no stats. And Caden Thibodeau Lindemann, also with no stats. I do want to give a big shout out to South Dakota Public Broadcasting and all of our Viborg-Hurley sponsors. South Dakota Public Broadcasting allowing us to live stream all of the Freeman and Viborg-Hurley games during their state tournament run, as well as last week's Centerville girls. For complete coverage, updated scores, and photos of the high school basketball championships, visit sdpb.org/basketball. All the games will be broadcast live on SDPB television. For updated content, check out SDPB Sports on social media. And for the final time, we want to thank the Viborg-Hurley sponsors that include Wardlaw, Yankton Thrive, Merchant State Bank, Helena Ag Enterprises, Dakota Ace Hardware, Ackerman Heating and Cooling, Farmers Lumber Company, Janelle Pearson, Next Home Tri-State Realty, and Hometown Grocery. Congratulations to both of these teams. The Viborg-Hurley Cougars on a second-place finish in the state tournament and a great year overall. And congratulations to the Castlewood Warriors on finishing their season with the state championship. Gage, any final thoughts on this game?
You know, the only thing I got to say is what a defensive performance from the Castlewood Warriors. They held not only a good Viborg-Hurley Cougars team, but what most of the state thought was the best team in Class B to 30% shooting from the field and only 10% shooting from behind the arc. You limit some of the best offensive players in the state, really in the whole Class B, to 10% shooting beyond the arc and 30 from the field. What a terrific job. And you know, they did it with 5 guys. They didn't have a single substitution until the final 2 minutes of the game. The whole team was conditioned. They were poised. They were disciplined throughout the whole time. What a performance from the Castlewood Warriors.
Well, for the final time for all of basketball season, and here from the Barnett Center in Aberdeen Central, I'm Zach Spear alongside Gage Ravellette. Thank you so much for tuning in as we look forward to continuing South Dakota athletics. And coming up, we'll have baseball and softball for the Vermilion Tanagers, Yankton Bucks, and Gazelles. But for the final time, thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of your night.